So we are talking about the movie Within, which was originally known as CRAWLSPACE. Now, you might be forgiven for thinking this is going to be a haunted house film, but it's actually something a little different. Basically, we have this family headed up by Michael Vartan's kind of father character, and he moves into this house with his new wife and teenage daughter. And he's got this house for pretty cheap. What his rest of his family don't know is there have been a variety of gruesome suicides and murders that have occurred in this house, hence the cheap price. Now, it turns out that there is actually something living in the house, in the crawl space, hence the original title, although we're led to believe it might be some kind of supernatural force first of all. And there is the thing that is living there, I won't say what it is. It basically takes a bit of a fixation to the teenage daughter and basically sees anyone who is interested in her as somewhat of a threat and has somewhat of a murderous temperament. So what do I think about Within? I've got to say this is a fairly solid made-for kind of TV movie with sort of decent performances, an engaging plot, and some fairly kind of extreme violence, although the violence is sporadic. So I did quite enjoy this film, and it kind of, although it's in no way an original film and it doesn't really have any type of surprises, I feel it is a satisfying movie. The main issues I have with this film, like I said, it is very predictable and kind of by the numbers in regards to a kind of like a relatively kind of low budget, fairly kind of quick shoot horror film, which I feel this was. The only real main complaint I have here, it really does fall into some kind of like conveniences and cliches. For example, we have this sleazy neighbour who you know he's sleazy because he's kind of got greasy long hair and a kind of an earring, so it's almost like this guy is going to be an asshole and really makes it kind of obvious and things like that. So there are some kind of like maybe things that are a little bit too spelled out for you, so to speak. Nonetheless, I felt this was somewhat of an engaging film with an interesting plot and kind of certainly the antagonist I feel had had some kind of like an interesting backstory that's hinted at and kind of could be something to look out for. Some of the characters I feel are a little bit underdeveloped and obviously somewhat cliche, like I've said. And there are a few things in this film that I just thought, oh come on, that's pushing it a little bit. That's kind of pushing the believability kind of spectrum off it. But nonetheless, I would still say this is a serviceable horror film. Not one I feel is particularly memorable in any particular way, but it is a decent watch if you like a kind of home invasion sort of style film. So I want to give this movie a solid sort of 7 out of 10. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Leave me a comment and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.